Oh, that Fanta. We back, baby. The little hiatus.
Yes, sir. The holidays, the travel season. You hear me?
Bro, it was a lot going on this year, man. I can't believe
Oh, and
that's,
the big move. The big move.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is my first show in my new place. It's, bro, the 2023 is over in literally 2 days. Um,
Wow,
this is
right?
crazy to think about. Yeah, and crazy to think about. I started this with you guys 2 years ago when I was just getting settled in Vegas. And here we are embarking on year three, and I'm just getting settled back in Orlando.
Crazy, right?
It's a little nutsington.
It's crazy. Like whenever you move out of town, like anybody, I feel like the random comeback home is always in play.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? Like whenever you're out of town, like no matter how much you love where you at,
Yeah.
like that come home is always in play. Like obviously it's if like you have good memories attached to home, you know what I mean? If your memories of home are trash, you're probably just not even gonna care about going home. But when you got family there, when you have good things, good memories and stuff, it's always in play to come back.
Yep. Like you talk about permanently or to visit?
Both, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. That's what we were talking about with the homies. Like I had three homies that moved away, and we all came back. And that's what I'm wondering how you feel. But we all came back at an older age. How you feel about Quincy and Ronnie? You think they'll ever come back?
um I don't think they would. Like I mean, I think they could, but if they didn't, it wouldn't surprise me because specifically, it's funny you asked me that because specifically both of them, I know that they were never attached to here.
Okay,
Now
that makes sense.
here saying Central Florida, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Ronnie always talked about Hawaii like all the
Yeah.
time. You know what I
This
mean?
wasn't home to him.
Yeah, it was home, but
Yeah.
it wasn't where his heart is. You know what I mean? Like if you
Yeah.
talk
Well, home is where the heart is, so it wasn't his
exactly,
home. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like
And
this is where my heart was always.
And
Uh,
Quincy's not from here either, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like he's from New Orleans, Atlanta, he's lived in a few
Mhm.
different places
Yeah.
and this is not necessarily home for him either, you know what I mean? He got a
That
lot of
makes
when
sense.
he moved to Georgia, he had a whole bunch of family there, like more than I thought. I'm like, "Oh, dang, like
Yeah.
he's squatted over here."
You got a lot going on over there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he do. That's true. He got like all the family functions and stuff
Yeah.
now.
And that's why if it wasn't for my wife's family moving back that lived in Vegas, we 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 would have been all right. But because they moved back, that's all we had. So we're like, why are we going to be the only two out here with absolutely nobody, and anybody who we do anything with has to come visit us? That means something in our lives. We could meet new people and start, friendships up, but we were fresh, and it's like to start that kind of life where you're celebrating holidays together and doing all birthdays together. We didn't have anybody like that over there.
Yeah, I feel that cuz I'm the type of person that like I gotta create like a long term bond with somebody before I even consider them somebody that I'll be close to. You know what I mean? Like I've said it before on the pod, but like time is the only thing that tells you what a person's really about. You know what I mean? There's
Yep.
nothing but time that can really tell you because what people do and their life resume basically is what it is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's hard to at least for me, like it's hard for me to embrace people when I have so little knowledge of them. You know what I mean?
Hmm. And you
Especially,
already have, you have a set of people already. It's not like you got nobody in your life.
yeah, exactly.
You got a set of people already that you feel that way about. So it's like, why go through the hassle of creating that with new people?
But the funny thing is though, my friend group, like, I mean, I could say probably like everybody that I talk to on a regular basis now, none of them are any of my original friend group.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like the people that I actually like grew up with, I don't keep in contact with none of them. Like
Hmm.
it's not no issue or nothing, but it's just like we grew up different and like everybody's on different vibes and it's not like none of it even almost aligns, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So
100%.
with something like even coming out of that situation, having to figure out like okay, like who are people that I'm going to like put friendly trust in now, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
even kind of navigating that and creating that new friend group afterwards, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's funny because we're in a fantasy football league, and like a couple of the homies from in there, I know them from high school, but I literally knew them from high school. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
Angel was the only one that I actually like hung out with, like that he pulled up to my crib, I pulled up to his crib. You know what I mean? But like everybody else, it was just like school friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Obviously not Don Don. You know what I mean? Because Don Don lived in Wentworth, bro. Got crazy memories with Don Don, man. Like
for
that's
real.
why that barbecue was so epic, man. The one that Quincy shot his video at,
Yeah,
because it's like the first time I had hung out with him like that, like in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
and even before, like whenever I used to hang out with him, it was like in a different setting. You know what I mean? It's almost like we're like the only ones that like are from that old time that still kind of get around the way we do. You know what I mean?
Yep, 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 yep.
So it's like you always gonna have that bond. You know what I mean?
Nah,
It's that.
it's a different understanding. It's a different feeling too. It's just like you feel different around those people.
Yeah, it's a fact.
There's people who you cannot see for so long and see them, and it's like you don't miss a beat. You
Yeah.
don't get that feeling with everybody.
That's my boy Kevin, man. He's coming back from Virginia. He hit the Navy like as soon as high school ended, and like
Yep.
and like the he lived in my neighborhood, and we went to school together, and we were super close. You know what I mean? Then he moved to Virginia when he joined the Navy, and he's about to move back. You know, it's been almost 20 years. You know what I mean? Like he's
Hmm.
getting ready to like set up to retire and stuff. And that's how I feel about him coming back. It's like, yo, I can't wait for him to come back because we've always kept in contact throughout the years, and every time we talk, it's like he never left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know we talk. I remember what I know what he did in the Navy. Do you remember where in Virginia he lives?
He's done two different bases in Virginia. Like he
Mhm.
was in one base in Virginia, and then they gave him orders to go to a different base in
Yeah,
Virginia, and then they moved. That was like a couple hours away. So
yeah.
he's done a couple
Do you know where though? Because I've been there
Norfolk,
twice.
Norfolk,
Yeah,
I believe.
that's where I was 2 weeks ago. That's where I spent the week. I literally was thinking about it. I was like, wonder if, and I wonder if Dahlgren, where I went 2 years ago, was the one before that. Those are the two main Navy bases out there, Norfolk
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah,
Dahlgren.
yeah, he probably wasn't both. I'll ask him.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. Norfolk was cool. And I'll tell you right now, I went with a bunch of Navy dudes, and if he's moving back, I know why. It's ain't shit out there, boy.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
Yeah, ain't nothing out there. And they warned me about it when we got there. Yeah, we pretty much had dinner. We all we had was Chili's on the base and McDonald's and Taco Bell next to us. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But end of the year, man, I'm so glad all that shit's over. Like everything is slowing down. You know, I had the move. I had a week at the conference, staying at International Drive. I had the move to Florida, then I had a week in Norfolk, and then I had to move into the apartment where all our shit from Vegas finally showed up here immediately, like back to back to back to back, and now officially, as of today, I'm done, and everything is over. And that's why Saturday is the first day in a long time where I'm doing nothing all day but just enjoying being here and doing nothing for the first time in a lot of days.
Yeah, that's always a dope vibe, man. Like I love those when you get those Saturdays where you just get to chill, you know what I mean, and kind of just do what
Nothing
you want.
playing. That's why when Quincy said Saturday, shout out to Quincy. We wish we could have waited. Um, but I was like, Saturday's perfect because I said, wife, we got plans. She's like, nah, we ain't doing nothing. I said, I love that for us.
Yeah, fact.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because the way everything kind of worked out, like everybody I kind of know has had their like hectic season towards the end of the year. But for
Mhm.
me, it was flipped, you know what I mean, with opening the salon and stuff. So like the beginning of the year was crazy.
Yeah.
So like I've kind of gone like real chill into the new year. You know what I mean? I've just been kind of taking I've really just been on my like get ahead for next year type vibes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's good. And that's why it's like it's good that you did that as you're rolling into the new year. So you're going into the new year with stuff already in the works. You know what I'm saying? And well, I wish I would have had that. The time didn't allow for that, but I get to go into the new year with a fresh, clean slate of time
Mhm.
in order for me to get rolling in there. And I'm looking so forward to get in my bag and get into my creative bag, like we've been talking about. This is the first time I even set up my camera, and I'm loving the setup. So I'm a stream back there with my turntables. I got my vinyls. I'm streaming here with the video games. You know what I'm saying? Start getting the content ready. Now everything's set up. I got my setup done, man. It's been it's still perfect timing for me because like I said, rolling into next week in the new year, I got a clean slate. There's nothing else like, oh damn, I got something else on my list I gotta worry about. Everything's been knocked out already. So it's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, man, and it's dope because you can kind of like set up a whole new routine. You know what I mean?
Oh
You're
yeah.
settling into a new place. You're settling into just moving out here. You know what I mean? From being in
Hmm.
Vegas, so you're literally going into it where it's like you have your routine, but then you also have your, you know, you're in a different situation, so you have your
Yeah, man.
opportunity with everything to just say, hey, I'm gonna add this, I'm gonna take this away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why everything is brand new. And one thing about um working somewhere, um, with a bunch of people going into a workplace with a bunch of people who've been doing stuff for so long, and you try to bring change and you get the, oh well, we've been doing like this way and it works, so why change it? And I feel like mentally we fall into that sometimes, like we don't want to change habits or routines because what we've been doing has been working so long. So when you're forced to do that, when you're put in a brand new situation where you absolutely cannot follow that same routine,
Yeah.
I think that's a fresh state of mind. This is your chance, and which is my chance to start something new, and start something new and do it the right way. Everything that I've been doing, even though I thought it was the right way, there's something else I wish I could have done better. Now I get the chance to, like officially as of this weekend. As soon as that new year rings in, it's that new routine 100%. And wifey feels the same way, and like from what we're eating, from what we're drinking, from what we're doing, from how we're living our day to day, it's going to be completely different than it was for the last 3 years, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Um, It's funny, bro. Lately I've been seeing a lot of like different content popping up that's like all been kind of based in the Mandela effect. You know what I mean? Like there's been like a whole bunch of different topics coming up. Like I don't know if you saw where they talked about a Shazam movie with Sinbad
Yep,
in
yep,
it.
yep. And I
You
believe
know,
it. I believe that movie was there
and then they got
100%.
they got the thing about Fruit of the Loom, that the logo was different or
Yeah,
whatever.
that it was in a little basket or something.
But it's funny, man, because like I be seeing that a lot of people will be showing like evidence, and it's funny to me just thinking that somebody would need other people to validate that kind
Yeah,
of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's like if you know it really happened and you have evidence of it, like what are you trying to defend?
Well, I think because everybody, that's how we are personally in chat rooms, you know what I'm saying? Like if we said we heard something, like, well, what proof you got? We like, oh well, I got 25 other motherfuckers on the internet who think the same thing I think, you know. So today's day, you have that resource that you didn't have maybe 30 years ago when the internet wasn't out, where it's just
Uh,
one crazy person saying this happened. They're like, nah, bro, we don't believe you. You need more people. You know,
uh-huh.
Jay-Z, you need more people. Like proof, like tell me someone else who thinks that. And now because there's so many motherfuckers on the internet with all their ideas and everybody. That's why what baffles me is the Google auto search thing. You know, you're like, how did this person? And it fills out exactly what you're thinking. You're like, I'm not the only one
Uh-huh.
who's asking this question.
Facts.
Um, that's why the Mandela effect I think hits different in these days.
And it's super
It
dope because something like Reddit is like such a resource, you know what I mean? Like with so many people writing in it like every day and posting different things, like and you're just kind of seeing like the way other people went through things and the memories that they have, and we've all seen it, like little memes that pop up that you'd be like, bro, I'm not the only one that felt like this when I was 5, you know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? Like
yeah.
and it'd be mad people in the comments like, "Dang, I thought I was the only one," like a whole bunch of
Hey,
people.
you know why they call it the Mandela effect, right?
Yeah, because like everybody kind of like collectively remembers something that never happened and they make it like a
No,
real
but
thing.
why did they name it after him?
I don't know.
Everybody thought he was either locked up his whole life or dead. Nelson Mandela, and
Yeah, yeah.
then yeah, and then he wasn't. That was absolutely not a true statement, but everybody really believed that about him, and that's when the Mandela effect. That's what they named it after Nelson Mandela.
And that kind of ties into what you were talking about with like not having internet and stuff before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's why it even became a thing because there was nobody to verify it with.
Yeah, bro. That's one thing, and the Shazam thing was one. I remember watching this Sinbad, right? It was that Sinbad was in a Shazam movie, and everybody said that it was actually Shaq, right?
So what I think it is, I haven't looked it up.
Kazam.
Yeah, because Zam is the Shaq movie. I think
Yeah,
Sinbad just did another movie like in that time that had that kind of like attire, and it was kind of like the same vibe kind of movie. You know what I mean? Because you know
but you
how in
can't
Hollywood,
find it though.
but you know how in Hollywood they always make like similar movies around the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Everybody
but you
rides the
can't
wave.
find it.
Now let's see what movie Sinbad was in. What's her filmography? There we go. I'm about to look this up and see. Because there had to be one like that he dressed that way. You know what I mean? Like it
I
has to be like
looked,
a
bro.
strange
I
outfit.
looked it up. I looked. I'm the biggest supporter of it. Was Sinbad,
It
and you
was
know, I feel like, but now because people can Photoshop and create random stuff, I feel like someone created it was because it wasn't even the real clip. It was the cell phone footage of a clip of Sinbad dressed as a genie.
yeah. I'm telling you, bro. It has to be from some kind of like show or something that he did where he dressed like that. You know what I mean? Like, and he did that same like kind of concept.
Let me see. I'm looking up. Yeah. Oh, so it was Nelson Mandela's death. Yeah. Everybody thought he was dead, and he wasn't. So once everybody found out he was alive, they're like, "Nah, he died. He's been dead." Like everybody believes he's been dead, and he wasn't. Oops, I did it again. The Britney Spears video.
Uh huh.
She had a headset on in that video, right?
I don't really remember to be honest.
All right. Well, she's never had a headset on in that video. Jiffy. It's never ever said Jiffy in the logo. It's only said Jif. The Jiffy logo has never had the whole world sped out. Yeah, now it's here, right? It's never had the whole Jiffy word spell out on the actual peanut butter can. It's only said ever for life. It's only ever said Jif. That's wild, right? Now he's scratching his head now. Now he's scratching Looney Tunes was tunes like music tunes. It was never tunes like cartoons.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The Bearstein Bears. The
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember.
Bearstein
Yeah, that was one that I
Bears.
remember. It was a big one
Yeah.
too. Like the spelling of it.
It's never been with an E. It's always been with an A. The Bearsteins Bears, but it was pronounced Bearsteins. But yeah, the Bearstein Bears has never existed ever.
Yeah, I feel like
Bruh.
it's like we just assume things are a certain way in our head, and our mind
Yeah.
like tricks us into thinking that's how it was. You know what I mean?
But Curious George, the monkey, did he have a tail?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
He had a water park at Universal.
But he's never had a tail. And people always thought he had a monkey tail coming out. He's never had a tail. Bro. Oh, Sex in the City. I knew that one. Febreze. Oh, Febreze. Is it two E's or one E?
Money.
Yeah. Everybody always thought it was two E. I mean two E's, yeah. Oscar Mayer was never Oscar Mayer. It's always been Oscar Mayer.
Yo, it's funny. One of those experiences I had was for a long time. I would call the Cool Ranch Doritos Cooler Ranch. So I will always call them Cooler Ranch, and everybody be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, what is that?" Like, what? I'm like, they're called Cooler Ranch Doritos. And then I looked at them, and I'm like, "These say Cool Ranch? Like, what the heck?"
Yeah.
But come to find out, they did like a campaign, I guess, at a certain time when like the nacho cheese ones were nacho cheesier, and then the Cool Ranch were Cooler Ranch. Like they made them more
Oh,
seasoned.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And it was just, I guess at that time was probably like the first time I really
When
got
the NXT
Doritos or
side.
something. So it just stuck with me like Cooler
Yeah.
Ranch.
Now I've been balls deep paws in Doritos since
Hey,
like
no.
'99, so I know it was always Cool Ranch.
Yo, we talked about this the other day in the chat, dog. Taco Bell really dropped a Doritos taco, and the meal was $2. It was a
Mm-hmm.
Doritos taco, a drink, and what was it? The chips,
Yep.
the little nachos.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 a bag of chips. That's what it was.
Oh no, I
They
didn't
give
know
you a
that.
bag of Doritos. That's what it was. The
Oh no, I never
$2
did that.
meal, bro. $2 meal. A bag of Doritos, a taco, and a drink. $2 at Taco Bell, bro.
Nah, that's crazy.
Dog. That was like the craziest deal of all. Yo, I went the other day to Taco Bell with my son. We spent $19, bro.
Yeah.
Taco
Yeah.
Bell with my son, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That don't even make no sense. He's 10, dog.
Taco Bell used to have the dollar menu too. They didn't call it dollar menu because McDonald's, but they had a
Bro, it
dollar
used to be
menu,
less
man.
than $1. I remember the soft taco was 79 cents, bro.
79 cents. I was just about to say that. I remember when we used to hoop. Three of my homies we used to hoop, and his dad used to take us to Taco Bell after hooping. 5 tacos each, $5, $5, $5. Less than $20. We had 20
A
tacos.
smorgasbord, bro.
Less
Yo,
than 20
but
bucks.
we
We
were
got
talking about
20
it the other
tacos.
day too. Like over here in Orlando, there's like a area in East Orlando. There's a wing spot, and they used to have a sign up that said "Wing Wednesdays, 10-cent wings, bro.
Mm-mm.
10-cent wings." I think about that, yo. I think about it like, why was I a kid then, dog? Why was I a child, dog? You could
Yeah,
go in with $1 and get 10 wings.
yeah,
10
yeah.
wings for $1?
And I remember when it changed because we was talking about it too. Maryland fried chicken. Shout out Dean Rowe. Maryland fried chicken. I remember we was out of high school and we hadn't gone there in a while. And we're like, yo, let's just pick up a grip of Maryland fried chicken with everybody. And what used to cost like 20, 25 bucks, it rang up like 50 bucks. And we're like, no, 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 we didn't order that much. They're like, yeah, you ordered this. And we're like, that costs 50 bucks now? They're like, yeah. We're like, all right, it was probably the last time we ever come in here.
Bro,
And that's what,
wings are like $1 a piece at some places. Some places like $1.25 each, bro, for a
yeah,
wing.
yep.
It's
Yeah, now I remember like there's this new Italian spot, right? Not new Italian. There's an Italian spot that we haven't been to right up the street. 18.99 for a 10 piece. Used to go to Gators right up the street, 9.99 for a
6.99,
10
bro.
piece.
I
Oh
remember
no, yeah, back in the day,
6.99,
yeah.
bro. That was the back in the day. Then they raised it to 7.99, and then
Yep.
the
Then
big 9.99. I think now it's like 16 bucks or something.
yeah, yeah. Nah, they it, I don't know if it is it really the price of chicken. There's more chicken in the world than there are humans. Is it really the price of chicken?
I don't know,
Or
bro. Maybe we're the chickens.
hmm. But yeah, it's crazy how shit used to be back then and it is now. And but it also could be popularity now. So back then there wasn't that many customers. People really know about these places. So as social media comes about and the internet comes about, like, oh, go to this spot and you can get a 20 piece for $9.
You know who be having good wing deals? And this is a deep cut. This is only for the people like in Orlando. Marco's Pizza, dog.
Damn, I never had their wings.
Marco's Pizza. They got a few around, like they're pretty popular, and they got good tasting wings, and they're very fairly priced.
Damn, you're not a gatekeeper?
Oh no, of course not.
So you ever heard of Tori Tori Pub down on Mills?
Yeah, isn't that the place we talked about?
Oh shit. So did yeah, my bad. Wow, we had an in-depth conversation about Tori Tori. But did you see Fab drop the freestyle and shot a video there?
At the one in Orlando?
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, and he's like, first stop Orlando, got all the shorties. First stop, we passing by Tori Tori. Everybody's tight because it's so hard to get a spot table there now
And
because it's open at 5. And they're like, we're never gonna get a table there again.
dang,
Like
bro.
nobody's ever gonna be able to go there again. And that's what I tell you. So when you told me, so here's a conversation lesson. He told me service was terrible. I said, check. He said the food came out at all different times. I said, check. And that's everything I've ever heard about that place for years. And that's what it is. But I heard the food quality, and more specifically, if you in a certain kind of food, if you have an acquired taste for a certain kind of food, that's the place to go for there. And that's my kind of food. So that's why I was like, I'm still gonna go. I don't care. I ain't listening. I'm still going. And I ran into the same thing he ran into. We ordered the rice to eat with all our meat paws,
Hey,
and we got the rice at the very end. And it was like, that could have been better. But at the same time, it's expected. So, and I went there right at 5 when it opened. It literally opens right at 5 p.m.
oh,
And
it
I was
opens at
showed up.
5? That's crazy.
Yeah, it opens at 5. It's not even open the whole day. And I showed up right at 5, had a parking spot right in the front door. And I
Crazy.
still had that same kind of interaction. Took them about 20 minutes to get our drinks. But the food was amazing. What I
Yeah,
ordered was
I never
amazing.
even heard of it. Like when I met with
Yeah,
somebody there, and then when he gave me the address, I just put it in my. I mean, when he told me the place, I just put in my GPS and went to the
yeah,
address. Like I didn't even know what it was, you know.
yeah. The thing with me, funny story, is that
Now, but
the
real
thing,
quick, my
yeah,
thing with it is just this. I don't like overpaying for food if I'm not gonna have a good experience. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I don't like overpaying for food, period. But if I am gonna
Service
overpay for
better be
food,
good.
the service got to be good because I cook. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
like to make my own food, so it's like if I'm gonna step out and pay the extra for the outside dining experience, I want to have a good time. You know what I mean? That's a big thing for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why there's people who pay for the experience and get good enough food, and there's people who pay for the food and get a mediocre service. But they're going there for two different reasons.
Uh-huh.
Like I wouldn't ever say go there. The place is great. The environment is dope, but the service does suck. The way the food comes out sucks. They're gonna take a minute, and it's pricey. But for what I had, that shit was busted. And like me and wife feel good. And that's just saying the whole backstory was it that our first date in Orlando, I was trying to take her there to tell her I was in love with her and I want to marry her, and we couldn't get in because we went
Man.
too late. So we was always talking about we got to go there one day. And now that we went there, it was cool, but she could care less about going back. She's more
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you. She could care less about going back. I'm down to go back again, but if she don't want to go back, I ain't gonna go back with myself. Um, but yeah, that's the main reason. Like you and Quincy was like, yeah. I was like, I don't care, we going.
Yeah, man. Like I don't even like going out to eat, like period. You know what I mean? My wife likes it, and that's the only reason I do it. Like just to, you know, you gotta
The pizza.
you gotta do the appeasal, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like for me, like I don't mind getting takeout somewhere. I don't mind like certain type of restaurants, you know what I mean? But like overall, just like going out to eat is not my thing at all. Like
yeah,
not even almost.
yeah. Now that is my thing. But with my wife, she gets tired of restaurants really easy. Like I said, she's more like that. But I force her. I'm the enforcer. I'm like, nah, we're going out somewhere. Where we going? And I come up with these elaborate restaurants. And she's like, nah, let's just pick some we already been to and we already like. I'm like, all right, like it
Yeah.
then. Let's do it.
I like my types of places are like places that specialize in takeout. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like Spanish bakeries, Spanish delis.
yeah.
You know
But
what I
see,
mean?
those are the good spots, and that's why I'm asking you. I'm glad you're not a gatekeeper because those little spots are the spots with the really good food too.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like them little like random places that been there forever.
And it's not
It-
expensive because it's so
yeah,
true to the cause.
uh-huh. That I just like that real good food, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Quincy's real good about that too, especially like out in Georgia, bro. Whenever we go out there, he knows all the like fire spots. You know what I mean?
yeah. I went to this spot by the airport, and we could wrap it up here with this talk. I went to the spot by the airport, and it's called I Love New York Pizza. And my coworker takes my
In
coworker with me.
Orlando,
Yeah,
dog, that's the best pizza place in Orlando.
bruh. My
Best pizza
coworker
place
don't
in
even
Orlando,
live
bro.
here, and he's been going there for 10 years every time he's in town.
Best pizza place
Oh,
in
owner
Orlando.
knew him. Yo, 325.
Short ball dude, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
325 for two slices in a soda. Bruh. Best pizza I ever tasted. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a ass there tomorrow.
Dog,
Best pizza I had.
when my daughter was small, we lived on Cimarron. That's like East Orlando. And I
Hmm.
lived like literally like 6 minutes from there, bro. We
Yeah.
used to eat that spot they had this
Yeah.
combo. It was a pizza, garlic knots, and wings, bro. The joint
Bruh,
was 18.99, dog. A
bruh.
pizza, garlic knots, and an order of wings, like a 12 order of wings, dog. Pizza, garlic knots, and 12 wings, 18.99, bro.
Yeah. Nah,
Ooh.
we walked in there, like I said, 325. Because I wasn't that hungry, and they were big slices. So 325, I got a slice and a soda. And it's funny because I got a fountain soda, and it was like Mr. Pepper or like Fanta. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't even the real soda, but it tasted the same. But I saw the garlic nuts. I didn't get them. I saw they had
Uh,
beef patties. They had the
I will take
calzone.
the drive out there to meet you out there and eat
We
at
might
that
need that
spot,
might
bro.
where we need to be because she hasn't been there. I need to take her there. That might be where we do it.
I'll go with wifey. We could double date
Yeah.
over there because dog, that
Yes.
place is if I tell her, yo, we're gonna go to I Love New York, she's gonna be like, oh my God.
It's crazy. And I was like, that's crazy. Like I've drove by this street all the time. I've never known it. And he's like, yeah, I've been coming for 10 years. I was like, bro, you don't even live here. And as soon as the owner came out, he's like, hey, what's up? And talking to my coworker. And I was like, damn, you for real? He's like, I told you, no games.
Bro,
Like those are the spots that still exist.
I've been going from there since literally they opened. Like I remember when they built that spot in that plaza, and like literally from the very beginning, I used to go there. And when I worked at the airport when I was younger, bro, I used to
Yeah.
always get pizza from there. Like on my break. Oh my gosh, bro.
Well,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
glad I'll experience it late, but that's one place that's going to be on the list when we want a nice, good, cheap meal to get stuffed, pause,
hey.
and it's a good drive from. It's like 10-minute drive from where we live.
Yeah, man. That place. You been to Okay Bueno?
Yeah,
Yeah, that I don't know how it is now, but back in the day, that place used to slap.
yeah. That place. I think it's funny because that's the first time I've had Colombian food, and my wife's Colombian, and I never dated Colombian women, never ate Colombian food. So now that I know what that whole cuisine is, I'm more interested in going there.
Yeah.
But she grew up more on the south side, and there's actually one over there by Florida Mall we passed by. That's a brand
Oh,
new one.
okay. That's dope. That's something funny about like living out here and being from out here that all these Spanish spots all over the place. And then like every time I visit anywhere else, dog, they don't got nothing Spanish anywhere. Like
Oh no,
in the Walmarts, like nothing, dog. Like they'll have Spanish stuff. Like for example, like in Cali, obviously they have like a lot of Mexican stuff.
it's all
But like
Mexican over there.
Puerto
Same thing as
Rican
Vegas.
stuff, yeah, Puerto Rican stuff is like, oh man, that's hard to come by, bro. They'd be
We
like,
didn't
man,
have one Puerto Rican restaurant in Vegas, and we had one Cuban spot.
crazy, dog. Crazy.
There's a Puerto Rican spot next to out of New York Pizza. You been there?
Yeah, that used to be what's it called? The barbecue place, the Puerto Rican barbecue
It
place.
still is, yeah.
Yeah, they just rebranded it, but it's the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I never knew that was there either. I want to try that.
What was the name before? It turned into Matt's Barbecue.
That's exactly what it is
But
now. Yeah.
before that, it was something else. It was a Spanish name, but they had like a whole bunch of them around. That's what there's a place called Lelo's near me. The
Mm-hmm.
fire Puerto Rican food,
Never
best
heard
Puerto
that.
Rican food, dog. And it used to be a that place back in the day too. I can't remember the name, man. It was like it might have been Mateo's barbecue because it was just like the Spanish version of Matt, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was Mateo's barbecue or something like that. But anyway, dog, that place it turned into a few different like Spanish spots, and that place is the gas, bro. Because they had the chicken recipe, dog. You know what I mean? And like the places that were that place that turned into something else, they kept the same chicken recipe and the same process.
Yep.
And they got the same rotisserie ovens, like it's the same thing as before, dog.
Yeah.
So
I
the
just ate and I'm already hungry thinking of that.
dog, you go in there, bro, I always get the family meal from there. I pull up like early in the morning, like well, not early in the morning, but early for lunch. You know what I mean? I'll be there like 10:30 or something, dog. There's a line out the door already, and they got hundreds of chickens just turning in the big
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
Like hundreds. You're like, dog, they gonna get through all that chicken, and sure enough, at the
Hell
end
yeah,
of the
they
day,
do.
they run out, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, dog.
There's no way. I wonder if they have the leftover chicken the next day, like high school used to have the leftover pizza.
Bro, I'm telling you, there's no such thing. They run out, dog. Like if you go like too late in the night, they don't have anything left, dog. It's
Damn,
crazy.
we just put motherfuckers better know we just put mad people onto the spots.
Yeah, facts. If you're from Orlando, you just came up for sure. And then there's a couple different versions of this place. but Tacos El Rancho, but the one off Cimarron, not the one.
Tacos?
Yeah, it's a Mexican spot. Not the one that there's one downtown, same name, Tacos El Rancho. But then there's
I like
another
how you
one,
say that mad Spanish. I thought he said
Tacos El
Aqua Cell
Rancho.
Rancho.
Tacos El Rancho.
I feel like there's a nah, that's crazy. There's tacos on Rancho in Vegas. There's one here too. I never heard of this one.
Yeah, that
There's one on
it,
Chickasaw,
and then there's one off like Hoffner and
Conway
Conway
and
and Hoffner.
Hoffner.
Yep, there it goes. That's the one. That's the because I've been to all of them, but the Conway and Hoffner one, that's the one.
Damn, bro. And that's what I'm excited too. Like I say, we had so much, we had all the, regular cuisine from everywhere else. But as far as Spanish food, all we had was Mexican.
Yeah.
And it was just like franchise Mexican. So it was just, that's all we were filled with. And I know that's not like that here. Like we had there's a habaneros grill here, and there's a habaneros in Vegas, and the one here is nothing like that one.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to try all this food over here, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. They just opened up like an authentic boba spot near us too. And my wife loves boba. I like it a lot too, but she really, really likes it. And
Yeah.
yeah, they just opened like a real like dope spot near us. I always get the Vietnamese coffee with the coffee jellies.
I've never had it, and I hear how popular it is.
Boba's fire, bro. But it has to be from a good place because if you get a whack boba, you're gonna be tight because you're gonna spend like $7 or $8 and it's gonna
So the
take.
boba, the little balls in the paws, what are they, like beans?
So there's different kinds. Like when you have boba, there's like the ones that are kind of like a hard jelly. That's like the traditional kind of boba. Then they got the poppable ones that is basically like a jelly ball, you know what I mean, with liquid inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ones I get is they're called coffee jellies. Like they're called
Yeah,
jellies because they're basically like little slices of jello.
gotcha.
So
So
they
you
make
you consume everything in that cup, or you leave them in there?
you eat everything because the way I get it is I get the coffee jellies. So
Mm-hmm.
basically it's like coffee that they turn into like a jello.
Yeah.
So it has that on the bottom. Then I get a Vietnamese coffee slush. And then it's basically coffee jellies with a coffee slush on top. Oh my gosh, bro.
Kind of sounds I ain't.
Yeah, it's fire, bro. And it's Vietnamese coffee. Like they brew it and then put it in the thing and then make the slush. So it's like a coffee, like and if you never had
Yeah.
Vietnamese
I don't
coffee.
think I've ever had it. That's something that I've probably never had.
You know
I'm gonna
what
put
they
that on the
do?
list.
You know what they do? They put condensed milk in it. So they don't put sugar.
Ooh,
They'll just put
yeah,
condensed milk and it basically acts as the
yeah,
creamer and the sugar. Bruh. Woo!
yeah. That sounds like it hit different.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Ronnie. Ronnie was the one that put me on to Vietnamese food, dog.
Ron juice.
He put me on to Vietnam's before like you
Oof,
would
yeah,
go in
nah.
there and it would just be like a low key spot. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It was the original one that was like
Golden Rod.
yeah, like Golden University was it? Like around
Mm-hmm.
there?
That was
Yeah.
the original one.
Yep. We would go there, bro. Super low key. There was mad tables available.
Yeah,
Bro. Oh my gosh, bro. And that place was amazing, bro.
yeah. They put one over on my side, a little more east,
Yep.
Alafaya and Colonial. Put my
Yep.
parents onto there. They still go there almost every other
That
week.
one's good too. That one is
Yep.
just as good as the original one.
And I like how
That
these
was the
these
dude that we went to
restaurants.
high school with, matter of fact, that opened that.
Ooh, nah,
Yeah, it's one of Ronnie's peoples.
that's crazy.
Like I didn't know him, but I know he went
Oh,
to our
okay.
school, you know what I mean? But Ronnie actually was like cool with him.
No, and I like their concept. Smart little spots like that, because I know like Damu has something like that. There's like two locations, and each location has something significant that the other one doesn't have. So it forces people to make the drive out to the other one, no matter how much you like it. If you want this, you got to come over here.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, my side mission in life is to open a little spot. Like I got a concept and everything. Like I've had this idea for like mad years, dog, and I'm just like, it's not something that I'm actively pursuing because I have other things that I'm pursuing that's more important to me. But it's like my big side mission. You know, in Grand Theft Auto, when you beat the game and then you start picking up the
Doing the
payphones.
side missions.
You know what
Yep.
I mean? Once I'm ready to start picking up the payphones, that's when I'm gonna start thinking about this spot.
Feel
You know
you.
what I mean?
Yeah. I'm the same way. I still got my little bar. I've been watching Bar Rescue for 18 years. I'm gonna roll up in my
Oh,
spot, B. And it's, you
yeah.
know what it's gonna be called?
What's
The
he gonna be called?
Spot.
The spot. Meet me at the spot. It's going
Hmm.
down.
Nah, that's I tell everybody about that shit. I feel like I know everything I need, and I know I think, and like I said, like me and you know what we know, and we know we can do something good. Just when the time's ready, we can do it. But as far as making it good, we know we can do that.
Yeah, yeah. Facts, facts. Yeah, man. That like you were saying, the idea behind Vietnam's was like a super dope concept, and I like stuff like that, and I appreciate stuff like that too. Like,
Yeah.
when they open like a unique kind of spot and figure out a way to give you good food in a way that is profitable for them, but also a bang for your buck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that's the kind that's the thing, bro. It's so funny, man. Like, this is kind of random, but we'll kind of like start winding down with this, but I see, like, I've always made my money like dealing with business people, you know what I mean? Like business to business type things, you know what I mean? So I've always kind of seen like the way people operate, and it's not even anything that's like a secret. It's not anything that's like they're like gatekeeping anything from anybody, like as far as like being successful. It just really is like taking your time to come up with a really good idea, making sure the idea is rock solid
Yep.
and hitting your goals to achieve it. You know what I mean? Like it's just the same boring stuff that everybody like thinks like we always talk about it, bro. Like it's boring to like make something happen because it's just like work. You know what I'm saying? And there's no like cool thing about work. You people I feel like that's what everybody's trying to do with like content and social media and
Yep.
stuff is like, how can I make the ugly part of what I'm doing look as cool as possible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just funny to me because it's like that's what we all you know what I'm saying? Everybody's just trying to work through the ugly part, you know what I mean?
And I think that's the quality over quantity, and the smart business people like these spots we've been talking about have been open for years, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so busy. Why don't you open a new one?" It's like, because that's not what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
We don't just want to multiply and multiply. We want to lock y'all in to the spots that we have,
And
force you
sustain
to
it.
go there, force you to wait, and enjoy your shit.
And that's the thing, man. Like we always we've been talking about it a lot lately, just from the point of view of like so many places letting go of employees. And it's like, yeah, because they get greedy. They start making all this money and they say, oh, the money's here. While it's here, we got to maximize it. They start expanding in ways that they know they can't sustain, and then they just wait for the other shoe to fall to then just start making tough decisions.
Yeah.
And it's like then you have other places like what we're talking about where it's like, all right, you make a certain business model, it works, you figure out how you can do it where it's manageable, where you're making good money, where you still, can control it and still, quality control, bro. It's like the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's why Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A, dog, because the
Bruh.
number one thing for them is quality control. Anywhere you go in the freaking nation, dog, any road trip, anytime I've taken a flight, anytime I've ever gone to Chick-fil-A anywhere, dog, it tasted like the one down the street from my house, and it was hitting every time, bro. You can't say that about other fast food joints,
Nah.
bro.
Nah, and that's what's funny because and they're so good. No matter where you go, if they mess up a little bit, like one time we didn't get our Chick-fil-A sausages, we're like, damn, bro, we expected more from y'all. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
come
facts.
on.
And you
You
only
ain't
have
getting no,
like those experiences that you can only count like on one hand,
yeah.
on only a couple fingers. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like McDonald's or Wendy's fucks my order up. You're like, oh, typical.
Yeah, facts.
Typical. But a Chick-fil-A is like, come on, B.
Yo,
Expected
for real,
more from you.
you feel mad let
Expected
down.
more. Yeah, come on. Expected more from you. Now I'm
You know what
tight.
happened to me literally the other day at Chick-fil-A that I was like thrown off? And it's funny because when you hear it, you're gonna be like, it's not even like a bad thing, but like we asked for extra buffalo sauce, and when they gave us the buffalo sauce, dog, they gave like 20 buffaloes, bro. And we're like, dang, dog, like
That's so
seriously,
deep.
20? Like there's not even enough nuggets in here to justify, like, you know what I'm saying? There's like a
They
freaking
said, don't
buffalo
you
per
ever
nugget.
ask for extra buffalo sauce again.
Yeah, bro. And even that is like, oh, they just, gave you more than you asked for, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, it's
Nah, that's
funny.
funny.
Yeah, next episode, we're gonna have the three amigos return back again. We getting through the New Year's coming up, so we getting through that holiday stretch.
Yes,
Everybody's
sir.
always like so into the holiday season, and you get so wrapped up into it, and it goes slow and fast at the same time. It's so
That's real
crazy,
talk.
like how it like drags but zips. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We moved here anticipating moving here so we could be here for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that shit is blown by.
Yeah, facts. Literally, it's like it feels like we just talked about like you were like, oh, yo, we locked in the apartment, yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But we did shout out to us. We did have a great session. Came through, did some work, went
Facts.
over new shit, went over ideas, went over made a little beats together, got a little products together. I like that, man. So it's like I'm ready to set up the next one.
Yeah, yeah,
Come
facts.
through. Hopefully when Quincy's there, so we can all be there. Maybe like I said, we got to record the next show all together, the 100 show all together, man.
Yeah, facts. That's for sure. Yeah, man. Like we've been saying, man, like the future's bright, but the future always bright, not even just because the new year's coming, but just like if you're just locked in and doing what you need to be doing, there's always something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you got man, I got a new song dropping January 8th
Yeah, I
called
was
Waiting
about
on
to bring
You.
it up.
I did
Produced
everything.
by, written by, same thing as your Christmas track.
Yes, sir,
Produced by,
man.
written by, mixed by, mastered by. Yo,
Second second
and
song of
it's
the
making a
year.
difference, man. It's making a difference.
Yeah, second song of the year that I'm dropping, like just my own work, from the beginning, like literally making a beat, recording myself, mixing master, everything, like just doing it all. Just cause, I don't want to give myself an excuse for not putting out music sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm pretty consistent when it comes to putting out music, but I would like to put out more. And this is definitely gonna help remedy that.
Yes, sir. You're on this trip. You're on the streak right now.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. And the stuff that's on the way, man, I'm super excited,
Yeah.
dog.
It's original, man. I think we're in a time of originality, and it's people who do things different that's going to start sticking out the most. And you're riding that lane. You got to keep riding that lane. You're going to be right in the mix of everybody who's doing it too.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I mean, I'm still gonna be dropping music like the conventional ways I was before, but I'm gonna be able to fill in a lot of gaps just doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Is there?
But yeah, man, that's all I got. You got anything?
Yeah, for sure. SoundCloud.com/Ferneezy Records. The mixes are gonna come in nonstop. I already found my groove. I just had all my shit locked up in a fucking storage facility for last month. Twitch.com/Joe Ferneezy. The streams is coming. COD, single player games, content after content after content. More grounded show things, more guests. I already have a bunch of people lined up. Now that I'm in Orlando, it's a lot different, and I'm excited to be able to provide content as much as I always love to do, and I'm ready to do. 2024, we in there.
And ready to stay, but
Stainton Butterton.